Could SmackDown continue the recent scintillating form of WWE since the debut of Eric Bischoff? Well, let's review it and find out as we enter the 8th month of the year and the build to SummerSlam heats up. Action-packed show. We have debuts on SmackDown with Hulk Hogan, with The Rock, with Edge, with Rey Mysterio in the opening match. But I actually feel like Rey Mysterio dropped the ball in this match. I wasn't a fan of it.
He dropped the burrito for sure.
He dropped the burrito and Tajiri dropped the tofu. It was not the best Rey Mysterio match. I thought it was just a bit dead. It went on too long.
Let's just drop the stereotyping banter.
Right, we dropped the haggis.
Scooby-Doo, yeah, too long. Tajiri, too much offense. I don't get it. I think they should have had Rey just... Why is Rey beat Chavo in his first match and then beating Tajiri? Two of the bigger guys, two of the more high-profile guys in the cruiserweight division. Surely Mysterio should be starting his career against nobodies and having quick 90-second, 2-minute matches where he's just showing off all his high-flying maneuvers. I think bringing Rey Mysterio out and having Tajiri whip his ass and just having Tajiri be on the offense constantly and having Rey Mysterio just down on the mat selling, I don't think that's a good look for Rey Mysterio, especially considering he's just fucking got here. Should be quick matches where Rey Mysterio's doing all the high flying, hitting all his signature moves, finisher. That's it. That's what I'd have done for the first month.
No disrespect to Tajiri, but we just seen him last week literally team up with John Cena and beat up the Un-Americans and Jericho, and here he is the next week in a 10-minute back and forth match with Tajiri, who, let's be real, in recent months has not been booked strong. He's been
Jamie Noble's bitch.
He's been the third wheel in Jamie Noble's relationship with Nydia.
Although he got replaced this week by Michael Cole.
Yeah, he did, and we'll get to that because that was extremely, extremely weird. But Rey Mysterio wins this match, and it comes Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle cutting a promo about the fact that
he's pissed off about Brock Lesnar. He needs to let off some steam about the newest SmackDown arrival. He says that Brock Lesnar is not the number one man. It's Kurt freaking Angle. This is the guy that was picked number 2 by McMahon in the draft. But make no mistake about it, Kurt thinks he's number 1.
He should have been number 1. He challenges Brock to come out. But then Brock is aged about 40 years and he comes out looking rather leathery because it comes...
on. The red and yellow, brother.
You know what? Why did we get this theme song of Hogan? I understand we don't want to he's stuck in the 80s, but if he acts like he's stuck in the 80s, give us the theme song.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside.
Wah, Kurt, brother. All you're doing's complaining, brother.
Hold on. Hulk Hogan, that's pretty rich considering all you do every time there's a screwy finish in your match is complain for 10 minutes straight to the fucking referee.
Yeah, he talks about the fact that if anyone's going to wrestle Brock tonight, it's going to be me, brother.
Yeah, because Hogan's on about, well, he came out and he F5'd me last week, brother. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I get who's got the bigger beef here with Brock Lesnar? Is it Hogan because Brock actually came out and laid hands on him, or is it Kurt because Brock came out and cost him a match?
Well, the match that he cost Kurt, I mean, I'd say it's about even. I've no real issue with Hogan coming out here, to be honest.
But Kurt tells Hogan, if you have a problem, then you should come down and we can settle this. Stephanie McMahon then appears on the stage when Hogan and Kurt are about to go one-on-one, and she makes a match that's going to be Kurt Angle versus Hulk Hogan tonight. Winner gets Brock Lesnar. I don't know why these guys are so fucking desperate to get in a ring with Brock Lesnar. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I guess Hogan is Hulk Hogan and, he's never stepped down. He's a real American. Kurt Angle, on the other hand, he is transitioning to the wrestling machine. And while I'm not saying he should be chicken shit, I'm not saying he should be afraid of Brock Lesnar. I don't know why he's desperate to get his fucking hands on Brock at the same time.
What we'll say is, though, I think it's an element of trying to put Brock over, that these guys are actually hell-bent and they want to prove that they can beat this up-and-coming guy.
True, but couldn't you argue the fact that they're so desperate to get in a ring with Brock means they don't really fear him?
True, but Hogan's never really feared anybody. Kurt Angle, like you said, is transitioning, so it makes sense for both of them to feel that way. But what happened next, guys?
And when I say transitioning, don't worry, he's still a man.
He's still a man.
He's still a real American hero.
He's still a real man, damn it. But Stephanie enters her office, Eric Bischoff's there. I get Stephanie has to come across as, bitchy, But I feel like it was just needless screaming here.
Eric Bischoff with one of the shittest platters I've ever seen. That's probably my biggest complaint in WWE, especially around this era. Like, any time, and I get it, like, they're athletes, they're healthy. Maybe that's what they're going for.
Well, Bischoff ain't.
Yeah, well, he does karate and stuff, and he's not. I wouldn't say Bischoff's overweight.
Well, did you hear what the Big Show said yet the other day on TalkSport? 18,000 calories a day.
Like, the only time I'm ever going to talk about Big Show is when we're talking about Big Show. So let's not bring up Big Show when he's fucking on Raw. Please, let's not do that.
Aye, well, bring him up Monday.
Anyway, no, don't bring him up any day of the week. My point is, it's like, maybe they want these platters to look, it's all like vegetable and carrot sticks and like, what the fuck? And like dipping sauce. Why would you want to dip a bit of broccoli in garlic mayo or dip a bit of bloody carrot in salsa? Why don't we see like chicken tenders or barbecue wings? We never see anything good.
No.
And I get it. Oh, look, they're healthy, they're athletes. But you trying to tell me that like Triple H, because he's probably the worst for it. Like, you always see Triple H with platters. Are you trying to tell me Triple H is a vegan?
Probably these days, yeah. But
Aye, well, back then, you trying to tell me Evolution, when they got the job done and they went out to the bars and they've got like 100 fucking hot chicks on their shoulders and what they're off, he's getting us, what are we getting, vodka? No, we're getting a glass of water and some bloody carrot sticks. I don't think so.
Rick, get the broccoli.
Come on.
Come on, man. Up next is Brock Lesnar, and
well, hold on. Stephanie tells Bischoff to get out. Some guy is going to get him out. Eric's like, nah, one more thing before I go. What's your main event for tonight? She says it's Edge and Rock. Then the security guard is taking Eric Bischoff away. Bischoff says, easy. And then she's like, no, you don't go easy. Philip, or whatever his name was, Brian, told them to make sure he throws Eric Bischoff out the hard way.
Yeah, what's that going to be? Maybe Brian misreads that situation. But we'll find out what the main event is later on tonight. Shake of the head there for Eric Bischoff. He thought it was far too easy to invade SmackDown. Damn it. But we've got Brock Lesnar taking on Mark Henry. And you know what? This is match of the night. Mark Henry just got tossed around here like a big bag of fucking Maltesers, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, overhead, belly, plus size bar, a fucking share bag of Maltesers. Overhead belly to belly suplex.
A platter worth of fucking Maltesers.
I honestly don't know how Brock Lesnar's done this move. Like, I would not recommend anybody doing this move on someone like Mark Henry. You're just fucking asking to break Mark Henry's neck here. But fair play to Brock Lesnar. He actually, clean as you want, lifted Mark Henry up and over, 360, whatever, 180, up over his shoulders, up over his head, and flat onto his back. Perfectly executed. And I mean, I guess Brock Lesnar's just a freak of nature.
No, he does.
No one else. I don't think there's anyone else. Look, Angle, great wrestler, right? Not denying it. Angle's phenomenal. But Angle isn't doing this move to Mark Henry.
No, he's not. It's not even that. It's the F5. He hits the F5. I thought the ring was going to fucking collapse.
And no one's... I don't care. They can say, oh, Big Show's not doing this move.
No.
Big Show's not got the strength.
No, it's not the fact he does. It's the philosophy of the move. Like, some people could lift Henry, right? But it's the fucking speed. He does it to him.
No one can do it. Cena's not doing that. There's no one on the roster that's doing this move. And anyone that could get close to doing this move is probably going to injure Mark Henry.
Yeah, it would look shit.
But Brock literally fucking threw him like he was throwing Shannon Moore. Over his head.
What a guy Shannon Moore is, isn't he?
Big Shannon Moore. Anyway, great match here. You know, I say great match. It was great, right? 4-minute match. Meltzer can give it 1 star if he wants. I'll give Meltzer fucking 1/4 a star, right? The guy fucking sucks. Brock Lesnar's the man. This is what you want, right? A believable match with Brock Lesnar, the next big thing, and the world's strongest man. This match doesn't need to go 10, 15, 20 minutes. It wouldn't be fucking believable, right? You got Mark Henry getting some good offense, and you'd Brock Lesnar hitting his power moves and hitting the F5. That's it. 4 minutes. All it needed to be. Mark Henry didn't look weak here because he lost to the next big thing. Mark Henry got offense in, and Brock Lesnar showed how strong he is by tossing the big, strongest man around as if he was a child. So, no, a great match. Didn't need to be any longer.
No, it did not need to be any longer.
I think there's like this conception in wrestling where a match has to be long to be good.
Especially today. Like, if you actually listen to Walt Culture or any of it, if a match is short, they're like, oh, what was the point? This sucked.
Could have been a banger, but only lasted 12 minutes.
If you can't get across the story you're telling in like 5 to 8 minutes or whatever, then you're fucking in the wrong business.
See, unless the title is on the line, or it's like a really important main event, I don't think any match on TV
should go past 10 minutes.
No, I don't think so. Like
Van Damme and Jeff Hardy had like a 7-minute ladder match.
Well, I know, but if that was for the title and it was a ladder, if that did go 15 minutes, I wouldn't have any complaints.
Yeah, but it's just now, like, there's no, you can't differentiate between a match on Raw and a match at pay-per-view. It's the same shit.
I mean, you watched that Raw last Monday there, you got Ciampa versus Big Bronson Reed, that went about 20 minutes. Like, every match on the fucking show goes about 20 minutes. Anyway, I'm not going to rant 20 minutes on that crap. Let's move on to the next segment.
Brock Lesnar comes backstage and he runs into Hulk Hogan, brother. He tells Hogan that he hopes he beats Kurt Angle.
I really want you to win, brother.
I want to take on Hulkster. You know what? They're giving Brock more lines and I'm liking it. Heyman can fuck off.
Brock then walks past. We see Billy and Chuck arguing. Rico sees Brock coming his way and he tries to cling to the wall to give Brock as much space as possible. Chuck can't believe that there's no tag team belts on SmackDown anymore. Billy's like, yeah, what's the point? There's no point us even being on SmackDown anymore. Chuck's like, well, if that's the case, then why are we even going to be a tag team? Billy takes this bad and says, well, looks like you were using me all along, and now because there's no tag titles, you don't want to team up. They have a bit of a lovers quarrel, and Billy walks off, and then Chuck walks off the other way. Rico's left there unimpressed, trying to get the band back together. Then John Cena comes out with his sky blue trunks on. Probably the worst trunks yet from John Cena.
The next member of Billy and Chuck.
I tell you what, there is... As much as the guy put on a great match with Angle, right, and the whole slap thing was cool, you can see already, in my opinion, why this guy would be rumoured to be getting released soon on the chopping block. You can see it. It's just a guy in fucking tights right now.
Yeah, like Brock doesn't need to change the colour of his tights and he's fucking great.
So, yeah, no, I mean, Cena, and Cena legit was about to get released in late 2002. I mean, the rapping gimmick...
Peanut butter.
the rapping gimmick legitimately saved his career. Then he makes fun of Rico. So he's laughing. Rico then makes fun of John Cena's appearance. He says that your hair is worth an hour of bashing and ridiculing alone. Then he talks about his trunks. Then Cena talks about Rico's style. I mean, you're supposed to be a fashionist, and look at the state of you. You look like the Wolfman. Rico goes to slap Cena. Cena grabs his arm. Then Cena goes to slap Rico, and he pulls his arm back and kind of laughs at him. And Rico walks off, not happy. Storms into Kurt Angle, who's coming through a door. Kurt Angle's like, get out of here, loser. And then Kurt Angle walks down the hall, and we see him bump into Brock Lesnar. And Brock basically feeds Angle the same thing that he fed Hulk Hogan. I really hope you win tonight. I want to face you next week, little buddy. And this was like one shot. It was like a 3-4 minute segment, but done in one shot. And it's not
between
often,
like 10 guys.
It's not often you get this, but I really liked it.
Yeah, it was done. You could tell they're going for something different here.
I like the whole one shot thing, no camera cuts.
Yeah,
I thought it was really good, and I kind of wish we got more stuff like this.
You get a locker room environment. See today when you watch it, I know I don't want to talk about today, but it's just up next. My interviewee, Kevin Owens, Sammy. It's nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome. It's so fucking cookie cutter and boring and forced and plain and predictable and staged. I mean, if you didn't know fucking wrestling was fake and you tuned it on, within 5 minutes you'd know. This looks real. This looks like they're actually following them about. Oh, let's put a camera backstage and we can see what's happening.
Yeah, it does. No, I just.
Look, there's a wild Rico. Oh, Cena's just appeared. Look, Cena's peeking out the.
And it's not just this; it's every element. It's like Bischoff wanting ratings. What does Adam Pearce do these days? He's just there.
Make the match official. Make the match. Right, listen. No more current references, man. Like I have to waste.
Well, Angle Hogan, there'll be no references. They're both done.
I know, but I have to waste enough time talking about current wrestling. I don't want to do it on these shows.
Anyway, Kurt Angle versus Hulk Hogan with the right to face Brock Lesnar next week is up for grabs. It's not quite a Money in the Bank briefcase, but it's a match nonetheless. And you know what? We can say whatever we want about Hogan, but he's still the Hulkster, isn't he? He may be a goofball, but the fucking crowd love him. And when the crowd loves somebody, it makes him a lot better to watch. Well, even if he can't lift his leg up for a leg drop 1 centimetre off the ground and Kurt has to sell it hitting his chest, instead of hit his big baldy dome. He did it for us, damn it. But I like this match. I actually preferred it to the King of the Ring match.
I thought the King of the Ring match was alright.
No, Liz, but I just preferred this.
With Brock Lesnar with the interference with the chair. Kurt Angle used the chair for the second time. First time it cracked him in the face. Second time he did get Hogan in the back. Referee unfortunately seen it though. Angle begged him not to DQ him. But the referee did, so Angle thought, you know what, screw it. I'm going to keep attacking Hogan. I'm already disqualified. Hogan then hulks up for the go home. Brock comes in, trips Hogan, and then Brock enters the ring and gives Hogan the F5. And it's official. That is Brock Lesnar hitting 2 F5s on Hogan in back-to-back weeks now. And next week, we're going to get Brock Lesnar versus Hulk Hogan. I mean, at this stage of his career, who is Brock? Brock Lesnar's beat like a whole fucking roster of people, of legends almost.
Yeah.
Now you could maybe even at this point, legends. I mean, he's beat Ric Flair. He has beat RVD. He has beat. Right, he's going to beat Hulk Hogan.
He's beat Bubba Ray. He's beat the Hardys. He's beat everybody that's been put in front of him.
Beat Test.
No, but you've got to factor in. They wanted him to beat Austin, and I think it would have been too early in the run.
I can see why Austin took his ball and won home.
But I'll tell you what, Hogan takes his ball and goes home. See, after Brock beats Hogan, we don't see Hogan till No Way Out 2003.
Yeah,
around that period.
Up next, we got Rikishi versus Devon. You know what? It's crazy to think that Devon picked up a victory over Triple H when the brand split first happened.
And here he is. Can he pick up a
Rikishi? Now, there was a spot when Rikishi was lying flat on his back and Devon was lying face first, but his head was very close to Rikishi's ass, and then Rikishi was trapping Devon with his legs. He was trapping Devon's arms using his own legs.
Looked a little gay.
It did look a bit gay, and Taz was just laughing his ass off on commentary.
There's also a spot where Devon near died going over the top rope.
There's also that. So yeah, no, Devon had his Devon had his face very close to the ass of Rikishi for way too long here.
Yeah, way too long. It was about a good 30 seconds. It was almost like what Fistler did at the Kane, but lying on top of him, pounding away, which that's literally what happened. It's not like I've said that just to take it out of context. That's what happened. But Rikishi wins. I think Batista's going to betray Devon pretty soon. He batters Rikishi, then it's like a 2-on-1 beat. Then they will just call my name,
yeah,
Devon.
Batista's probably thinking, hold on, why am I hanging about with this loser that can't buy a win? But again, Devon did beat Triple H in the first.
Because I'm a good Catholic.
I don't get it. It's like also they have dropped the ball with Devon. We've seen it. Remember, he was like getting donations and stuff, and he was doing like cool segments back, fucking asking people for money in the showers. Talking God in the showers.
Yeah, they've kind of they've forgot about him.
They've dropped the ball with Devon back.
But they've dropped the ball with quite a few people. You look at Devon, you look at like JBL on Raw, people who they were pushing.
Sean Stasiak,
even Bubba to an extent. I think now it's like here we've got Brock, we've got Cena. You can just see like they're pushing Cena, well, obviously Brock, but they're pushing Cena in a more prominent role than they are Devon at this point.
Sean Stasiak.
Yeah, Sean Stasiak's just, I mean, him and D'Lo Brown, I mean, what they're fighting over the scraps off falling off Bischoff's table.
Yeah, it's just a shame that they haven't kept up the momentum that they had with Devon, because definitely one of the better things about the brand split.
Absolutely. Then we have Backstage. We've got Stacy Keibler getting some makeup applied to her. Stephanie McMahon, though, confronts her. Not happy. How could you allow Eric Bischoff into the arena? Is it really Stacy Keibler's fault, though?
I didn't think so.
What about all the fucking security is hired? I mean, what can Stacy Keibler really do? Hit him with a fucking high heel kick to the dome?
I don't know. She's got the longest legs in the business, like, so maybe she can. I don't know. Stephanie McMahon here. I'm assuming this is going to end with Stacey going to Raw.
Yeah, because
there's no legs, pun intended, for this combination, that this duo. Stacey Keibler worked with McMahon, the old man.
The old man, not the young woman. Who's probably younger than her.
It just doesn't work here.
No, it doesn't. And then she's like, "You're incompetent. You've let him in."
Do you think Stephanie McMahon's younger than Stacey Keibler?
I think it'd be close.
No way.
I'd say they're probably about the same age.
I'd say Stacey Keibler's younger.
Would you?
By at least a few years, aye.
At least a few years.
So you go and Google that.
I'll go Google that.
I would predict I'm right.
Alright, go for it.
I'd be shocked.
Anyway, let's move on, guys. What happened next? Hit me with it.
Well, actually, I want to know the age differences.
Right, well, you can. All right, you want to know the right? Stacey Keebler's 43. All right, I think that's me.
This is looking good. This is looking good.
Please call my name. All right, she's 3 years older, Steph.
See, do I know my shit or do I know my shit?
Oh, it's a 3-year age.
See, the next time someone comments, they go, "Oh, you don't appreciate." Fuck, I'll show you. But I don't. No,
I'll
I
show
don't
you.
I don't appreciate wrestling that used to be great, and now I have to watch wrestling that's fucking garbage. But anyway, speaking of garbage, I think that's where Nydia belongs. She's trailer trash. Comes out with Jamie Noble. Jamie Noble says that he's won the Cruiserweight title, he's better than all these rednecks, but nobody is showing them respect. He then says there's a guy over there that is showing us no respect. He says, Taz is pretty cool, because he can beat me up, but that Michael Cole guy, Michael Cole is showing us no respect, and he keeps eyeing up my girlfriend, because he's a pervert. Noble says that Cole is a pervert, just like everybody in this crowd, but if it means Cole's going to start praising Jamie Noble, then Jamie Noble's got a little bit of a present for him, and Jamie Noble says it's Cole's lucky day, and he tells Nydia to give Cole some sugar, and then Nydia crawls over the announce table, literally climbs on top of Michael Cole, sitting on top of his like groin area, and then her like boobs are pretty much hanging out of her top, and she is pure tonguing Michael Cole and rubbing his face into her chest, and like this was probably one of the most like full on
sexual assaults
kissing scenes I've ever seen in WWE. I know we've seen all McMahon make out with people and stuff, but this was Nydia was like basically no shit rubbing herself.
I feel like this could almost have been done as a rib to Cole that he didn't even know about. McMahon's like, well, fuck him.
And I'm pretty sure Michael Cole's got a wife.
Yeah, so I think that's why Vince would do it though. Would you be surprised if Cole didn't know about this? I wouldn't be.
I think this is more full on than anything Edge and Lee ever done.
Yeah, this lasted like a good minute, and Taz is pissing himself. Taz pissed himself quite a lot.
And Taz was fucking loving it, and yeah.
Look at these perverts!
Noble's like shouting at her to ram her tongue down his throat, and she was like, it wasn't even like, you know, it wasn't like this whole fake shit, man. She was literally all over Michael Cole, man. This was crazy, licking him, like jumping up, straddling his lap, kissing him, just completely like all over Michael Cole here. I mean, if the opposite was done, holy shit, man! If a male done this to a female, he'd be doing about 25 years in jail. Yeah. But I mean, Nydia did it to Cole, and Taz thought it was funny as fuck.
Yeah, it was so.
No, it was like, but it's just kind of weird how swapping the gender can literally go from that was funny to that's 2 decades in jail, mate.
Cole's probably just glad that there wasn't Billy and Chuck doing it.
I'm surprised they don't have Billy and Chuck doing it. I reckon Orlando Jordan's going to come out in about 2 years and do this to Michael Cole.
Don't know what was more surprising though? This or what happened next, because Mike Awesome is backstage with Hardcore Holly and Billy Kidman, and they're watching Raw where Shawn Michaels got battered and flung into a car. What is Mike Awesome doing backstage at SmackDown? Thought the guy did not make it past 2001.
Yeah, I thought he was dead by this stage. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
No, he's a one night stand, is he not?
Oh, so he is. Aye, well, he can't last much longer after that.
No, he doesn't. Mike, not very awesome.
Just a bit weird. So Billy Kidman, Hardcore Holly, and Mike Awesome are sitting backstage. They're watching Raw on tape. Stephanie McMahon's furious, saying, "You're not allowed to watch Raw. Next time you watch Raw," basically telling them they're going to be fired. And she says you need to take a little bit more pride in our show. And then there's some other guys sitting with him, and she doesn't even know who he is, and yells at him to, I don't know, go and do whatever.
But she says this like Mike Awesome's contracted to SmackDown. Is he?
I never seen him get drafted.
He's got philosophy written all over him, which is still technically SmackDown. But up next we've got John Cena.
No, I want to talk about this segment. I thought it was strange. Like, so what? They were watching. That Shawn Michaels thing was a big fucking deal.
Yeah, but the problem is, you're giving ratings to Raw sort of thing, even though it's like 3 days out of date. That's what she's going for.
Hold on, am I wrong? But did they not show it on SmackDown?
Aye, they did.
So maybe they were watching SmackDown, and it just happened to be showing the Raw.
Maybe Stephanie.
The Raw highlights.
Maybe she jumped down their throat before they could explain themselves.
So hold on, no wait. So what? That doesn't make any logical sense. So she's going to criticize and castrate verbally these 3 guys for watching Raw, even though SmackDown was showing the Raw highlights of Shawn Michaels getting his face rammed through this car window.
There you go. Stephanie McMahon.
Make it make sense.
I don't know, can't make it make sense, but John Cena defeats Rico within a click of your fingers. I think this match was kind of pointless because we just knew Cena was going to beat him. See when the guy flinched for Cena's punch and
slap,
slap, and then Cena just blocked his slap and Rico like card like a little bitch. Was this match really necessary?
Not really, but Billy and Chuck look like they're back together. They ran down, they attacked Cena, and they gave him the Doomsday device.
The Doomsday device, yeah. Don't know what happened, brother. Anyway, Eric Bischoff, he is in the crowd, and he takes out a back row ticket, and now he gets a front row ticket. Though, was this guy a plant? Of course he was a plant. Had to be.
He gave him a shitload of money, though.
He did, so he trade seats with him. He's in chanting, "Watch Raw! Watch Raw!" Not exactly the most catchiest of chants.
No, come on, easy. Surely he could come up with something better than that. But Stephanie comes out, she addresses Eric Bischoff, said that it's very clever that he's got his own ticket because now he can't be thrown out. She says that The Rock, though, and Edge are not facing each other. They will be taking on a tag team, and they will be taking on newly acquired talent. And Stephanie McMahon introduces Eddie Guerrero, an Intercontinental Champion, Chris Benoit. Bischoff is fuming, he jumps the rail, and he's trying to get in the ring. He's trying to get at Stephanie. Security then are grabbing Bischoff. They're pulling him away, and while Bischoff's getting pulled away, he is screaming, "I'm gonna kick your ass. I'm gonna beat you."
The first security guard looked at him as if like he was an actual invader, didn't he? Maybe you could say it's good selling for the security guard. Taz points out though that this is not the first time Guerrero and Benoit have walked out on Eric Bischoff.
It's not, and I like that we point earlier.
Although I think the first time was better than this time.
But we've seen Eric Bischoff basically threatening Brock when he drove away in the limo. Now he's threatening Stephanie McMahon.
How many people is he threatening?
I know. I'm going to beat you.
I'm going to kick your ass, Brock. What would he have done if that limo just started reversing?
I think he'd have shot his pants.
Brock picked up and won at him.
I think he'd have went back to Atlanta.
Back to Atlanta, Georgia.
WCW Nitro.
Yeehaw. Edge and The Rock taking on Guerrero and Benoit. You're thinking, well, at least Edge is taking the pin in this match if they lose, because they're not going to lose.
Yeah, champion versus champion in this match. Got the Undisputed Champion, The Rock, teaming up with Edge to take on Guerrero and the new IC champion, Chris Benoit. So not only does Stephanie McMahon get Benoit and Eddie Guerrero, but she also gets the Intercontinental Championship, which I'd say is probably a bigger blow than actually losing Benoit.
So who's taking the IC belt off him then? Because we know it does not last on SmackDown.
It doesn't last on SmackDown, and when you think about it, The Rock, his feud is with Brock, who's on SmackDown. It leaves Raw with not a lot to go for.
Yeah, Bischoff needs to make trades, and he needs to make trades quickly.
Brock, come on, man. I mean, you've got the IC Championship on SmackDown, and the Undisputed Championship feud is pretty much on SmackDown because Brock Lesnar's a SmackDown guy. But I feel like since Undertaker's had this belt, the majority, the main stories with him defending the belt have all been focused on SmackDown.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Raw...
And it's probably because SmackDown didn't have the IC belt.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though if Raw isn't that good going into SummerSlam.
No, but I think that's why SmackDown is majorly been focused around the Undisputed Championship, because Raw's had the IC belt. But now you've got the IC belt on SmackDown, and the Undisputed Championship is still featured on SmackDown. And there's no real reason for it to be on Raw, because Brock's not on Raw and he's the one challenging. So you've got a weird dynamic here where SmackDown's got all the titles, and Raw's got the new tag team titles, so we'll see.
We'll see. Brock, though, appears in this match. The Rock was about to hit Benoit for the rock bottom, but he spots Lesnar at the corner of his eye. And it's that sneaky bastard. It's Chris Benoit. He locks the crippler across face, but you're thinking, there's no way The Rock's going to tap out here. The Rock's going to just fucking...
Especially since he's looking at Brock, and this is his opponent. He's not going to tap out in front of his opponent for SummerSlam.
Yeah, so The Rock, the crossface looks brutal here. His nose is getting squished. His eyes are about to pop out his fucking dome. Brock's just staring at him, walking backwards up the ramp, and then The Rock taps. I thought he was going to pass out, not tap.
Yeah. No.
Which I would have preferred. Obviously, you still lose the match, but I feel like tapping out is obviously worse than passing it.
Definitely.
And he taps out here, and people can say, oh, but Benoit's IC champion, this, that. But Guerrero and Benoit, about 10 days ago, lost to the Dudleys. Spike Dudley in a tables match at Vengeance. I can't unremember that.
True, but that's not getting pinned or submitted.
Still a match.
Anyone could lose a table match. Brock Lesnar could lose to fucking Tajiri in a tables match.
You can look, right, yes, I understand, right, that you're not getting pinned or submitted, and you could go through a table accidental or something, like they could push you, right? But see, at the end of the day, if fucking the Brooklyn Brawler through the Hulkster, through a table. He still beat him in a match, didn't he?
Nah, that didn't harm.
See if Roman Reigns' 20,000 day title reign gets beat because Logan Paul drop kicks him through a table. Has he not still lost the match?
I get your point, like.
Point is, I just don't think The Rock should be losing the Benoit.
Considering he's got Brock Lesnar, but SummerSlam. But anyway, that was the end of the show.
Whoa, ho, ho! Lesnar walks up the ramp, and then what happens? Down. When Hulkster comes out, chair shot to Brock Lesnar. He's like, what you gonna do, brother? When the immortal Hulk Hogan takes you on next week. And obviously, if Hogan's ending strong here, he's not going to end strong next week. And that was SmackDown, guys. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was the weakest show since Bischoff debuted it. I'm giving it a 6.
6?
I mean, there was about 3 or 4 things that I really liked, but main event bored me. Tajiri Rey Mysterio bored me. I didn't think Hogan versus Kurt was that great. John Cena versus Rico was pretty pointless. The Stephanie McMahon segments where she was bashing Stacey Keibler and the lower ranked people on SmackDown didn't really do it for me. Rikishi versus Devon. I mean, that spot was funny, but overall the match didn't really do it for me. Yeah, no, I stand by that. I think it's the weakest show since Eric Bischoff arrived.
Fair play.
And I think you'd be...
that's a big difference in ratings.
It's not really, mate. It's 2 points. And tell me if this... Am I wrong? Is this not the weakest Is this not the weakest show since Bischoff arrived?
It probably is, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was much worse than the second one.
Well, I'm getting a 6.
That means a 7. Alright, guys, up next is Raw. I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen on Raw. I know for a fact you do get like a scene where you've got like DX fighting while The Rock and Brock Lesnar are on it.
Well, let's no spoil it, man.
I wonder how they're going to incorporate that. But anyway, SummerSlam very soon. Will Michaels be healed for Raw? You'll have to stay tuned and find out. But before then, it's top 5 moments in TNA. And Bound for Glory. When is Bound for Glory?
Next week.
So until then, peace.